Hi guys, my name is Lucia, and today I'm going to be filming another Battle of the Makeup Releases video. If you have missed these videos in the past, I will link one down below, but these are videos where I talk about makeup releases that are coming out and what I think about them. You guys seem to really enjoy these videos. I really enjoy filming them, so let's get right on into it. I get these pictures from Trend Mood on Instagram. I'm sure you guys all know what Trend Mood is. I'm going to start with the Jeffree Star Holiday Collection. That includes the Alien palette and a bunch of new lipsticks and everything, but I want to focus on the Alien palette. I'm actually surprised more of you guys haven't asked me about this. I get a ton of tags on Instagram on certain palettes, and I don't think anyone has tagged me on this one, which I find interesting. The palette looks like this. It is an alien theme. People tell Jeffree Star that he looks like an alien, so he kind of took that criticism and ran with it and made money off of it, which is smart. The color story of this palette is really beautiful. It's really unique. I personally don't have interest in it because it's just not the type of colors that I would wear. I say that today as I'm wearing a totally green look. I usually don't wear looks like that, so I don't think I would spend the money. This is $52, so I don't think I would get enough use out of this to spend money on it, but it is a really exciting idea. Now, the packaging is a bit bulky. Actually, it's very, very bulky. If you're familiar with the Blood Sugar palette, and I can't remember what his other palette is, but he has pretty bulky packaging, but there's a lot of thought into it. It's not just some crappy cardboard packaging. Just in general, I think this looks really cool. You can tell how much time and energy he puts into his products. I'll be really interested to see reviews on this product. It is very expensive, so make sure if you are buying this that you are going to use these shades. These are greens and yellows and cool tones, and it's stuff that we're not used to seeing on the market, so even though it's exciting, make sure you're actually going to use it enough to spend the money. Next, this is from Dominique Cosmetics. This is the Berries and Cream palette. It is $44. This looks really, really pretty. Now, is this really unique to stuff that we have seen on the market? Not really. They do have some browns, but I think this is more unique than other things that we see, especially that blue. Now, I know some might argue, oh, it's the pop effect, but I actually don't think so. If you cover up that blue, there is still a lot of berry tones. That blue just gives an added different kind of berry tone. I actually think out of all the berry tone palettes that I see on the market, this one is somewhat different. I have not tried these shadows before. I'm not going to pick this up because I don't need more berry tones, but I understand the excitement around this. It does look very, very beautiful. Hello, it is me from the future. I pre-filmed this video a week and a half ago, and damn, you cannot pre-film videos on makeup releases because things are just coming out so fast. So the next clip as I'm editing that I was going to talk about is the BH Cosmetics Zodiac, oh gosh, Heart Signs, Love Signs palette. Ooh, I have a lot of thoughts on this palette. I own the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette. If you're familiar with my channel, you'll know that I love and rave about that palette, and I'm super, super excited that they're having a sister palette. I am planning on picking this up. Now, is this the most unique palette to ever exist ever? No. But it's a warm-toned palette with basically no oranges, and that is interesting because usually warm-tone palettes just have a bunch of oranges, and I'm really over that. This has a lot of yellows, it has some pinks. They did do the blue pop effect, which is kind of bothersome. I think that the other bluey purple shadows work, but that one really light blue and matte light blue, it's the pop effect. But I still want this. I know that I love the formula, and I am planning on reviewing it for you guys, and I want to see how it compares to the original. Hopefully it's not a bad purchase. It's going to be $5 off when it comes out the day after you're seeing this. It's going to be $19.50 instead of $24.50 or something like that. I'm not sure if it's going to sell out really fast. Hopefully I get it, but yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on that. Let me know if you're planning on picking it up. A lot of people have mixed opinions. I would be interested to hear yours. Next, we have the MAC Cosmetics Holiday Collection. This is also a collab with Patrick Starr. I was surprised to see that the Holiday Collection was a collab. Let me know if that is something that they do often. I'm not familiar enough with the MAC Holiday Collections to know if that's something that's done regularly. Has Patrick Starr had more than one collab with MAC? I feel like he has, but anyway, this looks very pretty. The highlight, it would be too dark for my skin tone, but it looks really beautiful. The lipsticks look nice. The eyeshadow palettes, the bluish one, it only has one blue. If you cover up that blue, it's kind of boring, and the one that is more neutral toned is just way too boring for me, but across the board, it's not the worst holiday collection that I've seen. It seems somewhat interesting. The lipstick packaging is really pretty, but it's nothing super, super new or special. I think if you like Patrick Starr and you see something you like, then you should get it, but don't just buy it for the packaging because you can probably dupe all this stuff within your collection. Another collab, and one that a lot of you guys have been tagging me on Instagram, this is the Bretman Rock and Colourpop collab. There are two palettes. One is kind of your standard warm tone. It looks like the Yes Please palette, kind of exactly like the Yes Please palette, but smaller. But then something really, really exciting. We have a blue palette. One of them is the lit eyeshadow palette and one of them is the wet eyeshadow palette. I think the lit one is the blue one, and this is really exciting. Now, yes, it does have two browns, but one of them could be a really nice transition depending on your skin tone. The other brown, I'm not sure that they needed that, but I definitely don't think it's just a cop-out. I think it's nice to have browns when you have just all blue shadows. The rest of the shades look really, really nice. So you have three blues, you have what looks like a matte white, and then you have a silver, and this is finally something different and interesting from Colourpop. I just reviewed the Good Sport palette from Colourpop, which is also really, really interesting, but I have been saying how I want them to do something with color and a blue palette. Now, I personally, again, I'm not going to buy this palette. I hardly ever wear blue shadows, but I am so thrilled that they came out with this and I stand behind it, and I hope that it is a permanent palette in the collection so that people can enjoy blue eyeshadows not just for a limited time only, but you know, in a year if you want this palette you can still get it because it's one of the only sort of just blue palettes on the market. They also have some body glitters in this collection. I've never seen Colourpop do body glitters before. I'm not 100% sure if this is the first time. It's just the first time that I'm aware of. They also look really, really nice. They are $8, which I don't think is super, super bad of a price. If you are interested in these glitters, I'm not sure if they're not eye or face friendly, but they do say body glitter. But yeah, that's something kind of cool and different. I don't know if they're loose glitters or if they're in sort of a putty, but I would be interested to see more on that. Next, this is from NARS. This is the Fire Clay Highlight Blush and Bronzer. It's going to come out on December 26th, so still a ways away. It doesn't have a price here on Trendmove, but I'm sure it's expensive, and I think this is a total waste of your money. All of these products that come out as blush, bronzer, and highlight, they're in the same pan. It's just so pointless. You can't get a big brush into the blush alone, and then the bronzer alone, and then the highlight alone. Maybe this would be pretty swirled all together, but I never really like that look, so for me, this is an immediate pass. This is the Tarte Pro Remix palette. I always say that I don't like rainbow palettes, and when I say that, I mean neon rainbow palettes. A lot of people are like, oh, but the Zodiac palette is a rainbow palette. I think that's a galaxy palette. This is not my typical rainbow palette, but I don't want it for the same reasons I don't want a rainbow palette. It looks like there are hardly any mattes, maybe 3. I can't really tell from the picture. I just know that for me, I would not be able to make a complete look with this because you have one yellow, one orange, 2 purples, 2 greens, 1 blue, 1 red. I just don't like palettes like that. I like some sort of cohesive color story. This is kind of just an array of stuff. Now, I think the packaging is really nice. It has a really big mirror, and if these are colors that you are into, then I think you might like this, but for me personally, it's not something I would ever go for. This is the Luminizer Quad from The Balm, and this really intrigued me because 2 of the shades I have not seen before. So you have Mary Lou and Cindy Lou, which are the classics, but then you have Penny Lou and Emma Lou. Penny Lou looks like a golden champagne shade, kind of looks close to Mary Lou. I would be interested to see what the real difference is. And then Emma Lou looks like a white duochrome. So I don't know if these shades are new, but I'm going to guess they are because there used to be a Luminizer Quad, and it was with Mary Lou, Cindy Lou, and another Lou that was a bronze shade. I don't know if that quad is still a thing. What do you think of this? Does this intrigue you? Highlighters don't really intrigue me, but I do like that these aren't super, super blinding. I did once own the Mary Luminizer. This is the Huda Beauty New Nude palette. It's $65. I, for the life of me, cannot remember if I talked about this in my last Battle of the Makeup Releases video, but I'll just mention it again really quick. First of all, it's a nude palette, so it's not super, super thrilling. It is really, really pretty. I wouldn't say it's just nude. You have a lot of berry tones in this palette. The thing that concerns me is these shades that look like mica. The chunky crystal glitter that's found in the ground, that's what these shadows look like, and I don't know how they perform, but I do know that Huda Beauty is known for having pressed glitter in their palette. palettes. I have never used Huda Beauty, but I have used a dupe of Huda Beauty palette with the pressed glitter, and I'm pretty sure across the board pressed glitter is pressed glitter, and it wasn't really my thing. There are 7 shades, it looks like, that have the pressed glitter thing in here, so I would be interesting to see how that works, or even if they are pressed glitter, because that's really what it looks like. I don't know, let me know if you know anything about this palette or about that formula. I would be really interested to know. Lastly, from ZOEVA, we have their holiday kits. I think it's called Sugar and Spice. I'm having a hard time finding the name of it. There are 3 palettes. They come in set with a lip product and I believe a face product. 2 of these palettes look really boring to me. They just look like neutrals. One is more cool toned, which is kind of intriguing, but not really. But then this 3rd palette here is called the Spice of Life palette, and this really reminds me of the Too Faced Gingerbread palette. I don't think it's an exact dupe by any means, but it kind of reminds me, especially with the spice and the red theme. That one is one, if I had to choose one, it would probably be that one. I'm not gonna buy any of these, but that seems interesting. I don't really hear so much about ZOEVA anymore, so I would be interested to see if a lot of people pick these up. And again, let me know, when you look at this, do you think of the Too Faced Gingerbread palette? Because I definitely did automatically. Maybe when I zoom in a little closer, it's not that similar, the green and everything, but upon glance from far away, that's what it reminded me of. Alright guys, that's all the stuff I'm going to talk about. Let me know what you think about all these products in the comments below. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!